If you're just joining me, I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home Design magazine, and today's radio show is coming to you from Crawl Space Solutions. And Crawl Space Solutions is one of the sponsors of the Charleston Home Design Show on Daniel Island, coming up April 26th and 27th. That's Saturday and Sunday. At Family Circle Stadium on Daniel Island. And now we're talking with Scott Kafka with Buzz Off Mosquito and Buzz Off Termite and Pest Control. How you doing, Scott?
I'm doing great, Tim.
Good. Scott, you have two different companies, two sister companies, Buzz Off Termite and Pest Control, and then Buzz Off Mosquito. Tell everybody about those two companies.
Yeah, sure. Buzz Off Mosquito was the first company. We started back in 2003. We do all outdoor misting systems and all kinds of just outdoor insect control. And that kind of branched off and morphed into turning into Buzz Off Termite and Pest Control. I took on a partner who had all the experience in that realm and decided to go that route, and we've been doing that for 5 years now.
Gotcha. Kind of makes sense. I mean, you're probably already out there talking to homeowners, and then lo and behold, you might say, hey, oh, by the way, I think you might have a little termite problem here. And
Right. It just kind of makes sense.
Right.
You know, we're already there taking care of your bugs, like you're saying, and it was a great move, I guess you'd say.
Gotcha. Talk about the let's focus on Buzz Off Mosquito Control for a minute. Talk about the system. First of all, does it work?
Oh, absolutely. We have, like I said, we've been doing this since 2003. We have, I would say, close to, in the 400 range of these systems out in the Tri-County area. They are fully automated misting systems that we install like an irrigation system, if you would. It doesn't run along with an irrigation system, but it's installed kind of like one in the ground. There's a 55-gallon tank or reservoir filled with solution known as pyrethrum. It's insecticide derived from the chrysanthemum flower. And it is emitted through nozzles that we place around your yard, usually about 10 to 12 feet apart, in areas where mosquitoes like to hide and get out of the sun. So what it does, it creates a perimeter of protection around your yard, but it attacks the mosquitoes where they live and breed, and it actually kills them and repels them. So pretty soon you just don't have any mosquitoes in your yard because it's killing the adults that are there. And then if there's no adults in that area breeding, you're not going to have any more. And then it will repel any others from coming in, for instance, from your neighbor's yard, what have you.
Gotcha. So Buzz Off Mosquito will come out and you run tubing around the perimeter of the house?
That's correct. It's 1/4-inch nylon tubing that we bury in the ground. We don't. We'll just we don't. It's not really intensive like an irrigation system. We just put it a few inches in the ground, and or on a fence line. It can be installed many different ways. But the idea is to run that tubing around your yard and attach nozzles that emit a very fine mist.
Are there, like an irrigation system, are there heads that pop up to spray, or how does that work?
They are stationary, Tim. They don't... If we ever come up with the ones that pop up, we'll be millionaires for sure.
Okay. Right.
But that would be great.
And you're running it along the perimeter of the yard?
Of the yard.
So it's not like in the middle of the yard that someone's going to trip over or something?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Gotcha. And then how many times a day will they mist?
2 to 3 times a day, depending on what your situation is. The 3 times a day for 30 seconds each time works very well for us. It's usually 2 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 11 o'clock at night. All hours when mosquitoes are active, but you're not going to be caught out in the mist. It's not super toxic stuff. It's pyrethrum is actually used on organic farms and in hospitals, and it's a very, very diluted solution. but very, very effective.
Yeah, that was my next question. Is it? Do you get a lot of questions from homeowner about safety, and is it safe for kids and pets?
There's no safe is not allowed when talking about pesticide, Tim. It's just a no. You can't say that, but it is a very low toxic pesticide. As soon as it sprays, it starts breaking down in the sunlight and in the air and loses toxicity and turns to water in about 5 minutes.
Okay, all right. Is there any odor or anything?
Very slight odor, but it's a clean smell. I mean, it is a derivative of the chrysanthemum flower, so it's not this floral smell, but it dissipates very rapidly.
How does it work? How does it form a barrier? If your neighbor doesn't have a mosquito system, what's going to stop? And he's got some flower pots that fill up with water and the breeding mosquitoes and everything.
Well, what it does is it's a contact killer, but it attacks the mosquito's nervous system. So it contacts the mosquito, it attacks its nervous system and actually kills it that way. And since it's kind of a neurotoxin, if you would, that's how it repels. And somehow, some way, it's still kind of a mystery in the business as to why they don't cross the barrier. I don't know, but they just don't.
There's other targets of opportunity other than this one house that's got that stuff that the mosquitoes hate.
Our customers say when they're back in their pool and in their backyard and they have no problem with bugs, and sometimes they decide not to protect other areas of the house, they'll literally walk out of their backyard and bam, the mosquitoes are right there outside of their protection zone. So it's kind of a mystery, really.
Yeah. Have you ever had any customers where the system did not work? Maybe they were just surrounded by standing water, by marsh, or
no. I think we did. We took it out, and I'm glad you asked that because we guarantee our systems 100% satisfaction, and we have taken one out, and the people were from Southern California, and I couldn't give them Southern California here in South Carolina. So
right. So what's an average system cost from Buzz Off?
I would say it starts at $2,000 is our smaller system, but the average system is around $2,500.
Well, I'll tell you, when you are looking at all of the time that you can spend outside your house, in your yard, and the peace of mind of knowing that your kids aren't going to get eaten up, and you're going to be able to go out and do some work in the yard and not have to worry about mosquitoes just getting you. I mean, gosh, that is a cheap price for that kind of peace of mind.
It's worth it. It changes your life. It does.
If there is ever a problem, the system stops working for some reason, or if they just, there have been years where mosquitoes have been worse than other years. What does Buzz Off do for that?
Well, we stay in close contact with our customers. We tell them that communication is key because we it's very important. We need to know what their situation is, and a lot of we do have close relationships with our customers, and that's one thing that really sets us apart. But we're just a phone call away. But for the most part, our customers are on a service schedule. So we will see our customers every 30, 45, 60, or 90 days, depending on how big their system is, and take care of their system for them. We service it, test it, make sure it's as it should. There's no leaks, things of that nature. If they have any other issues, if they're having problems with gnats and things like that, we can come out and do what's called barrier sprays or gnat treatments, and those are highly effective as well.
Good deal. Well, tell everybody how they can get in touch with Buzz Off.
You can reach us at 843-367-5750, or you can go online at buzzoffonline.com.
All right, terrific. Well, we've been talking with Scott Kafka with Buzz Off Termite and Pest Control, and also Buzz Off Mosquito Control. Thanks so much, Scott.